I'm Lucine. I am a genreless artist from East London. I stumbled across the phrase genreless a few years ago, and I was really glad I did, just because I've never liked to be in a box. I don't like to be restricted. I don't really do boundaries and lines, especially in a creative sense, really. There's a fusion in a lot of my music. There's multiple genres that are taking place and forms and sounds that you'll hear. So yeah, I'm a genreless artist because that's it. I don't stick to one genre. I do them all. OMO is my latest track, and it's an acronym that actually stands for On My Own. And it's kind of one of those pop songs that speaks on some really deep subjects, but you can still dance yourself silly too. Yeah. So the writing process was an interesting one. It's probably not unique to me because I'm always writing in really random spaces and ways. But actually, I wrote this when I was on the residential we had with Spotlight Sounds, and that was in Sussex. And we were sitting around the fire, jamming. It was good times, really. But I kind of just felt this buzz, and I'm a firm believer in not trying to chase inspiration. I want it to come to me, and that takes a lot of patience because sometimes you want to just get a song done or whatever the case. But yeah, I really try to be patient about it, and when it comes, then I need to be ready. And I just sort of ran out, I didn't tell anyone where I was going, and just kind of went into the woods, explored through the trees. There was like loads of old, really beautiful trees, and I just went into the darkness and started writing on my phone. I guess that's a bit of a white lie in that I actually started writing this on the tube, but more so because whenever I'm out and about, I seem to always get inspiration for a melodic line or a phrase or something. So I was on the tube, I recorded it, but I just forgot about it. I've got like hundreds of voice memos, probably thousands, where I just don't think about it. But for some reason that night around the fire, something popped into my head. I ran out, started writing, and yeah, I guess that was the birth of OMO in the woods, around the trees in the dark. I'm consistently inspired. I'm inspired every day, and also what's really cool for me is that I'm a transdisciplinary artist, so I work across so many different forms. So even if the inspiration I get is not specifically for music, it will become inspiration for visuals, like a film, or for my sculpture work, or my scripts, or anything that I'm interested in doing. So I'm never without inspiration. But I will say that the writer's block does come. It's not easy, and I definitely kind of, I just hate it. I don't like it. I'm so used to being on my own self. I got my feelings wrapped up in a bow, though. They don't see the sun until I come home. Just me, myself, and I, what's to give up? I was just kind of, I guess, word vomiting for a while, which is one of the ways that I actually get lyrics down. And eventually I started to cut it down and shorten it down, and then you have those first couple of lyrics, I'm so used to being on my own, so. From there, I just kind of had this imagery in my head of like physical feelings, and I guess it just flowed. It flowed, it flowed. Is the word. I think there's something really beautiful about being in nature and being at one with nature. I am an avid lover of water, all things water, probably because I'm a Cancer sign, I don't know. But there's something really peaceful to me, and no matter what is going on for me, water brings me to a stillness. And being in nature brings me an opportunity to connect with myself again, and I think that's just on a human level, right? Psychologically, we know that nature is so good for us. It's a part of us, and so to be around it, to be around what's natural, what's pure, what is just in existence, is indescribable, really. And so yeah, inspiration definitely comes. Just looking at how trees grow, and it's like, well, how did they how did they come to be? But then not just come to be, but come in so many varieties, and the veins on their trunks, and the way that they might chip, or the branches grow out or grow in, and the shapes that they create, the shadows they create in the light. The very basis of their communication is amazing, right? The mycelium network is like mind-blowing. So how can you not take inspiration from nature? Yeah, I definitely do. The reason why I'm not talking through my lyrics today is art is subjective, and I really want to make space for that subjectivity, as nice as it can be to know what your favorite artist was thinking when they wrote one of your favorite songs, or what the meaning is so that you can attach yourself to it. I want people to attach their own meaning, to tell their own story with my lyrics. I would rather someone else told me what they think. What is their interpretation? What do they hear when they listen? Because I think that's just as valid, if not more valid, because you're the listener and you get to decide and dictate. So for me, it's just about having that freedom, and I'm a big believer in freedom. It's one of my top values. And so I just want to share that for people, and it might feel a little bit annoying, but just know that whatever you feel when you hear my music is truth. And that's for you to hold on to, and yeah, that's all that matters.